Sounds like she's in trouble. I better play back the whole thing.
He says the restraining bolt has short-circuited his recording system.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at events that happen in movies before they eventually occurred in real life. Beware of spoilers.
Wait a minute. Cubs win World Series. Against Miami?
Scott Peterson's imprisonment, Demolition Man.
You realize you're setting a bad example for other officers and sworn personnel.
Thank you for the attitude readjustment, Chief Earl.
This 1993 film takes us on a ride into a futuristic world set in 2032. Not only is it bristling with satire and explosive action, it's prophetic in many ways. One eerie prediction? Scott Peterson's imprisonment. In an early scene, after Lenina pulls up a list of prisoners awaiting parole hearing, among them is Scott Peterson.
August 4th, active file. 7 a.m., Hyde Quinton. 8:15, Peterson Scott.
Shockingly, in 2003, a man by that exact name was arrested for killing his wife, convicted in 2004, and resentenced to life in 2021.
He's a criminal the likes of which you have never seen.
Add in its other accurate predictions, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's political career, and Demolition Man feels less like sci-fi and more like a time-traveling documentary.
The Schwarzenegger Library?
Yes, the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library. Wasn't he an actor when you...
Stop, he was president?
Hologram message, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this?
There's no denying it. Star Wars was far ahead of its era, with groundbreaking concepts like cloning, prosthetics, artificial intelligence, and more. It shaped a galaxy of ideas that inspired a lot of technological developments. Take the hologram messages, for example. The first we see one is in A New Hope, where Princess Leia's 3D image pleads with Obi-Wan Kenobi to help her.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Since then, holograms have become a staple of the franchise. In reality, scientists are working hard to bring this technology to life. While there have been some breakthroughs, holograms aren't yet as common or as seamless as portrayed in movies. But who knows? One day they might just be the ultimate way to communicate.
I think she was a passenger on our last voyage, a person of some importance, as I believe. Our captain was attached
Is there any more to this recording?
Behave yourself, Artu. You're going to get us into trouble.
Video calling and HAL, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta make a couple of phone calls. You go on ahead in the restaurant, I'll meet you there.
Right.
This visionary film dives into the growth of humanity, technological advancement, and its darker sides. Long before AI and video calling became everyday realities, they were already depicted here. Incredible, right? In the film, there's HAL, a supercomputer programmed by humans to guide a space exploration mission.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
Everything's running smoothly, and you?
Oh, not too bad.
Have you been doing some more work?
A few sketches.
May I see them?
Sure.
Like the AIs we have today, HAL can perform automated tasks, understand, and even respond conversationally with the astronauts. Then, there's the video calling scene, where Dr. Floyd chats with his daughter from space.
Hello. How are you, Squirt? What are you doing?
Playing.
Where's Mummy?
Gone to shopping.
A prophetic vision of Zoom, FaceTime, and Skype calls decades before their time. Truly, Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece isn't just a cinematic marvel, it's a groundbreaking achievement both on a conceptual and technical level.
Listen, sweetheart, I want you to tell Mummy something for me. Will you remember?
Yes.
Well, tell Mummy that I telephoned, okay?
Yes.
That I'll try to telephone again tomorrow.
Who Doctor, World War Z.
They're dormant. They're awaiting stimulus. Now this is Vault 139. That's where your samples would be.
Peter Capaldi wasn't zipping through time and space just yet in Mark Forster's World War Z, but the film subtly hinted at his future as Doctor Who. Remember Brad Pitt as a former United Nations investigator racing to stop the zombie apocalypse? Among the few surviving medical experts he meets in Wales is a World Health Organization doctor with a brief screen time. That doctor was played by none other than Capaldi and is literally credited as Who Doctor. Shortly after playing this minor role, Capaldi was announced as the 12th Doctor in BBC's iconic sci-fi series Doctor Who. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's almost as if the universe or even the casting department was dropping a cheeky little hint.
This is the Sky Bridge that connects B-Wing to the main building here. And this is the only thing standing between us and the sky bridge. So, what do you propose, Mr. Lane?
Rise of reality TV, The Truman Show.
Incidentally, I believe Truman is the first child to have been legally adopted by a corporation.
That's correct.
Way before digital technology became a big part of our lives, this thought-provoking flick foreshadowed how it would shape our lives. From our obsession with celebrity lifestyles to the rise of social media and mass surveillance, it almost detailed today's digital reality. Jim Carrey plays a man who's unaware that his entire life is a reality TV show. Sounds familiar, anyone?
I predict that in just a moment, we will see a lady on a red bike, followed by a man with flowers, and a Volkswagen Beetle with a dented fender.
Of course, shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians literally blur the line between what's real and what's scripted. While reality TV wasn't something new in the 1990s, it didn't dominate like it does today. The Truman Show foresaw how it would evolve and take over in ways no one would have imagined.
No sign of him.
Okay, Marlon, why don't you head back to town and join the others? Everyone else is at first positions, okay? Thank you.
Pandemic Society, Contagion.
Government officials are reporting the closing of Mondale Elementary School in suburban Minneapolis in response to the recent outbreak of a still unknown disease.
Almost 10 years before the coronavirus turned our lives upside down in 2020, Contagion predicted what our lives would look like in the face of this global crisis.
Don't open the door. Don't open the door.
It's Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew. I can't let you in.
I just came to give my condolences, Mr. Emhoff.
I understand. Thank you. But I can't let you in.
I'll just leave him then.
No, actually, you should take them. Thank you, though.
Steven Soderbergh's 2011 disaster film follows several characters battling the effects of a mysterious airborne virus. While it may not have been the thrill ride some expected, it was downright prescient. From the science of the virus to human reaction, social distancing, and the dangers of conspiracy theories, the film feels like it saw 2020 before we did.
I think I'm sick.
What? What's going on? What kind of symptoms do you have?
Can't swallow. Severe headache.
What's your temperature?
101.8.
Well, if anyone wants to relive the horror of that year, Contagion is the perfect and creepy reminder of how closely art mirrored reality. It's without a doubt unsettling.
On day one, there were 2 people with it, and then there were 4, and then it was 16, and you think you've got it in front of you. But next it's 256, and then it's 65,000, and it's behind you and above you and all around you.
Personal advertising, Minority Report. Back in 2002, Minority Report felt like pure sci-fi, but looking at it now, it's hauntingly predictive. In the film, John Anderson isn't just dodging crime predictions, but also billboard-like ads calling out his name and pitching products tailor-made for him.
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap. How those assorted tank tops work out for you?
Mr. Yakamoto.
Fast forward to today, our phones and smart TVs are basically doing the same thing. The film wasn't just about cool techs, it also nailed the darker sides of these advancements. From intrusive advertising to the eerie capabilities of AI, the precogs, the film predicted a future that feels uncomfortably real. Honestly, it's creepy how Steven Spielberg's game-changing vision wasn't just sci-fi, but a crystal ball into our ad-filled, tech-driven lives. The future is now, The Cable Guy.
Hey, wait, come back.
Well, look who decided to show.
When this psychological thriller comedy came out, not many people got it, or even liked Jim Carrey's obnoxious character Chip Douglas. To some, it was yet another goofy Carrey comedy.
Hold on, I gotta warm up. I don't want to pull a hammy.
But it was clever in its own way, and ahead of its time too. In one memorable scene, Carrey's character screams on top of a satellite dish about a future where your TV, phone, and computer would all be connected. He even predicts playing Mortal Kombat with a friend in Vietnam and shopping online.
The future is now! Soon every American home will integrate their television, phone, and computer! You'll be able to visit the Louvre on one channel, or watch female mud wrestling on another. You can do your shopping at home, or play Mortal Kombat with your friend in Vietnam.
Doesn't that sound a lot like streaming, video calls, and online gaming that we have today? So beneath the chaos of Carrie's antics, the cable guy in some ways saw how technology and the internet would transform our lives.
Help. Help.
Put some money on the Cubbies. Back to the Future Part 2.
Hey, kid, thumb $100, will you, and help save the clock tower? Sorry, no. Come on, kid, that's an important historical landmark.
The cable guy may have been futuristic, but it wasn't as eerily specific in his predictions as Robert Zemeckis' 80s time travel adventure. In Back to the Future Part 2, Marty and Doc travel to the future to save his kids. While there, Marty spots a headline announcing the Chicago Cubs as World Series champions. To his shock, an old man confirms it's true.
Lightning struck that thing 60 years ago.
Wait a minute. Cubs win World Series. Against Miami?
Yeah, it's something, huh?
Back in 1989, when the film was made, it was a laughable joke, since the Cubs hadn't won a single championship since 1908. But in 2016, just a year after the movie's timeline, the Cubs won the World Series in real life. What was meant to be a joke about impossible odds became one of history's most astonishing victories.
I said I wish I could go back to the beginning of the season. Put some money on the Cubbies.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Brandon Lee's death, Game of Death.
How do you like that?
While some films serve as windows into groundbreaking inventions and events, others are premonitions of doom, like 1978's Game of Death. In this Bruce Lee film, he plays a martial arts star who is shot on set with a prop gun that is secretly tampered with. Tragically, this storyline mirrored the real-life death of his son, Brandon Lee. Decades later, while filming The Crow, Brandon was fatally shot when a lodged dummy bullet was propelled out of the prop gun's barrel, following the firing of a blank, all due to negligence. And, like his father, Brandon died before the film was released. Whether it's a chilling foreshadowing or a cruel twist of fate, this connection adds a layer of tragedy to the untimely deaths of both father and son.
I see you have made your decision. Now let's see you enforce it.
Which of these films had the most mind-blowing foreshadowing? Let us know in the comments section.
Thank you for the delightful evening, everyone. I guess I'll be leaving now.